Hi, welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So today we're going to get into the messages, find out what's going on for you and what you need to be aware of. Coming right out of the gate, I see that there is some... Okay, we got two sets of energy going on here, and I'm going to take them in two groups, okay? So, we have the Wrecking Ball and got an Owie. Wrecking Ball, card number 46. And the got an Owie, card number 29. So 4 and 6 right off the bat is 10, which reduces to 1. And then 29 is 11. So 111 is significant, but this is also starting over. I'm getting like new beginnings. I say new beginnings because if any of you know, when a wrecking ball comes through, baby, it wrecks tears some things down. So with this wrecking ball, I'm seeing like a tower moment, and this is a full-on tower. But how I'm getting this is like this is a divinely guided tower. Now we're gonna get into it. I'm going to go a little deeper and clarify this level for you. But intuitively, right off the bat, it's like the wrecking ball has come through and now you're at the 1, the new beginning. Okay, so you're starting fresh, building a fresh foundation. This Gata Owie is 11, so that's that master number. It's like it's divinely orchestrated. Now, taking this 111 energy and moving over to the next group of you. Now, this is, take it as it resonates. For some of you, this could be past energy, and now this is your present. This is how I'm feeling it, but depending on your timeline, some of you could be in this presently, and then this is where you're moving into. The next set or group that we have is the hotline, right? Card number 12, which is a 3. And then we have open your presence, which is 33. So that's that 333 energy, right? Now, the hotline is the divine saying, baby, I hear you. Like, we've been listening. Like, you really kind of tripping a little bit. Take this as it resonates. This could be for some of you because, you know, when you hurt yourself, you got an hour. You like, oh, shoot. You know, you feel that thing. And I get this energy that some of you have been feeling this thing. Like, whatever it is that gave you this owie, whatever it is that you've been going through, whatever it is that felt like a whole full-on big wrecking ball came through, you like, man. And I'm seeing like 9 of Wands energy. You're like at your wit's end for some of you. Okay? And the divine is saying, man, quit tripping, sis, baby girl. Like, we got you. Like, for real. Like, this is divinely orchestrated. It needed to happen. And I say this because for many of us, like, sometimes we will get into situations or stay in certain positions, play your role a certain way, and you won't change unless there is some divinely orchestrated event that comes through and wrecks some ish up, you know? And so this is what I'm feeling like the divine is doing. It's like wrecking some ish so that you can start to enjoy your growth and reap these rewards. For many of you, it's also showing you, teaching you, allowing you to express yourself fully. So it's like the 111 and the 333 is creative. The 333 is the creative energy. The 111 are the new beginnings. Now, let me pull up for you while we're into this. This 111 meaning for you. Wait 1 second. Sorry about that. Come back. So when you're seeing the angel number 111, it signifies your confidence. Confidence within yourself and your motives. The 111 is your own strength and decision making when opportunities are sent your way. So some of you got an owie. You felt like the wrecking ball come through, but you're not letting that stop you. You're standing in your confidence. You're motivating yourself. You're tapping into your inner strength. And you're making decisions creatively of how to move forward. And many of you, you've creatively decided that you're going to stay connected with the divine. You know you have the hotline. You got the hotline to the divine. You got the hotline to the divine. And that's what allows for many of you to open your presence. You know that even when you got an owie, you stumped your toe, or you quote unquote for some felt like maybe you made a mistake, whatever it is, you're making that decision within self to stand firm, to set plans into action, and to let your personal strength be your guide. That's what the 333 represents. It's your trusting in yourself and putting thought into your choices. And this is how you open your presence. You're setting the plans creatively, expressing yourself creatively with the actions that you're taking, and you're letting your personal strength be your guide. For many of you, this is you connecting with the divine and having this spiritual awakening. Many of you get this energy that you're on the cusp of this, of tapping into the spiritual realm with the hotline here. So again, some of you may be seeing 333. You may be seeing 111 as well. But yeah, with the Anzu's, am I saying that right? Anzu's rune here, it's like when you get the owie, when you feel like some things have gone wrong or hurt, or there's a wrecking ball, you don't get down. You're not staying in the muck and the mire. You're using it to elevate yourself, to move forward, to make the best decisions for you. And you're staying connected with your connection to the divine. The Anzu rune also represents Odin's mouth. So that's that energy of communication again, the spoken word. So it's like many of you I'm hearing are like prayer warriors. You use your words to create your world, to bring in that inspiration. It's like you know that your words have power, is what I'm getting there. And I get that many of you feel like this is a gift. The fact that whenever something's going on in your life, you can sit and get quiet and just connect with the divine and express yourself naturally. You don't have to put on any facade. You don't have to sound a certain way. It doesn't have to be you speak to God like this. You just have that connection and you do it. You accept your own perspective of how all things work together. You're not focused on how someone else says that you should communicate with higher forces or whom you should be communicating with. You just know that you're divinely connected, and you tap in whenever you need to. And for many of you, this wasn't always so. You had to learn this courage. You had to tap into that inner strength again in order to be able to connect in this way. For some of you, I get this energy that at some point in time you were hesitant. You sought out other people's insight, I'm getting, more than your own. And now you're trusting the decisions you make, and you're trusting that no matter what, you're always still connected to higher forces that are guiding you and will assist you on your soul's path. Now, let's go a little bit deeper. Let me find out. Tell us about this wrecking ball for the collective, card number 46. Can you clarify it and give them more insight about the wrecking ball, please? Why is this, thank you, wrecking ball here? Whoa, well, we got the devil. The devil wrecking shish. No, I'm just kidding. Clarify the devil for the collective. Why is it the devil card? Thank you. Kind of came out in a weird way. Ten of Swords. Okay. Give me a little bit more with this Ten of Swords. Thank you. Okay. So, for many of you, there's this energy of you, how does the saying go? It's actually a scripture, it's not a saying. What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? With this devil card here, many of you felt attached. If not you, then someone in your energy. But it's like you felt attached to the material things of this realm, especially with the King of Pentacles here. Now, in this essence, like, of not getting it twisted, we all have needs, right? We have the day-to-days to take care of, and sometimes you can get weighted down with wanting to be able to live up to things in this society, right? And in this essence of wanting to live up to things in this society, it can sometimes steal your joy, or try to steal your joy, as you saw that came out. I don't really take these in reverse, but the fact that it came out that way as I was speaking with this. So it's in two ways. When you focus on the material, and this, there's a couple messages with this, so give me a second and let me flow with it, okay? When you get caught up with the material aspects of this realm, it can take you into darker places, make you feel like you have to be tied to certain people, certain places, and certain situations. Because, I mean, let's get into it. If we're talking as a man and even as a woman, you want to be able to take care of your own personal needs, but especially for the men today, it's like you carry the weight of your family. So it could be a blow to a man's ego when you want to do things for your family, but you don't have the means to do it. And so this is what takes many into very dark places to do things maybe you normally wouldn't do, or at least you would have thought twice about doing it. When the material things of this world stays at the forefront of your mind, and then there's no balance with your mind and your heart about what it is that you're doing, you're allowing yourself to be used in a way that more times than not does not come out beneficial to you or for you. So it's like the divine had to come through and send in the wrecking ball so that you could have this new beginning. Even this Ten of Swords here is in excess of the energy. It says that the worst has happened and it's over. The wrecking ball has come through, the 10 to the 1. So now you can move forward with a more abundant mindset. Now, for some of you, I'm going to give you all the meanings. One of your wrecking balls is that, take it as it resonates, the devil is the Capricorn energy. And with this being King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, could have been the one that stabbed you in the back 10 times over. and you're clearing that cycle out. For others of you, it's really just about being attached to the material things in this realm. And connecting with those who you thought were going to be beneficial for you, but you saw that it really didn't work out for you. And now that you see this, you can move forward in a more abundant kind of mind instead of scarcity, doing anything for money, anything to gain the riches of this world. Again, the scripture says, what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? 10 swords in your back. This is your mind constantly going about the things that you can't necessarily control. So the abundance in this is to focus on the things that you can control. And one of the things you can control is how you express yourself and connect with the divine. Okay? Now, another way is finding the joy even in the smallest of things. It's when you bring fun into what you do so that it doesn't feel like a burden, or that you don't feel tied to it, or that you have to do it. See, what I find, this is me personally, it's just an opinion, we all got one, you can take it or leave it, okay? What I find is when you feel like you have to do a thing, I have to go to work, I have to work out, I have to, the have tos, when you have to do a thing, you sometimes find yourself in this energy of resentment where you don't even want to do the thing, even if you know that it's beneficial for you. So how can you change that I have to do it, into wow, I get to do this? Like, whoa, can you find the joy in the thing that you're doing? Wow, I get to take care of my family. Wow. Because if you think about it, not everyone has a family, and for some, a family really is a part of your abundance and your prosperity. Is everyone in your family you're going to get along with? No. Everyone in the world you don't get along with either. But there are joyful lessons within it. So can you move towards the things that bring you more joy than the things that don't? Now, let's go into this got an owie. Let's find out. Can you give us some insight, clarity for the collective about this got an owie? What do they need to know when it comes to card number 29, got an owie? Thank you. Anything else? No. Okay. With the got an owie, we have the 7 of Swords, the 3 of Cups, and the 7 of Wands. So, with this got an owie, some of you, it hurt. And this is whether you hurt yourself or others hurt you, that you connected with some that were being sneaky or trying to get away with things behind your back. These are people you thought you'd be able to celebrate with. However, it turns out these are the ones you have to hold your guard against. And it's a lesson in that. Again, the 11 is a master number. This is that energy of the divine showing you what you need to know. 7 and 7 is also here. Spiritual lessons. And again with the 3. For some of you, it hurt to have to see people for who they are. And when I say see people for who they are, this is who they are in that moment. They've shown you who they are. So in that moment, once you see it, you do have to release yourself from certain people, certain energies, certain places you like to go, because you want to be in this energy of having the perspective of feeling joy in what you do. And so if you're connecting with people that you feel like you got to be on guard with, or they're doing sneaky stuff behind your back, or trying to be strategic, and the strategies that they're working aren't even necessarily beneficial for you, it's more so just to benefit their needs, then yes, you would have to separate yourself and release those people, places, and things. Not necessarily in judgment of them, but doing what you know is doing in that present moment, what is healthy for you. And it takes courage. It does. It takes courage to walk away and still be able to have joy. It takes courage to walk away and still express yourself in a very calm and, yes, even mature way. And sometimes when you walk away, it takes some getting still, getting quiet, going within. Again, card number 33 here. This stillness is so that you see all of this purple, you can connect more with the divine, and you can receive the insight and the information and the healing that's necessary to get over the owies, to heal, so that you can come back to that energy of joy, so that you can actually get still and feel, see, and know the growth that you're receiving. To get still and actually allow yourself to be purified from the hurt, from any guilt or shame. The threes are very big. We have 33, we have 3 here, we have this 12, which is totaling 3, and we have 33. So since we have, and it's 101 on the clock, since we have so many 3s, I'm going to take it one by one, okay? The 3 itself says that you have the opportunity to add your unique talents and ability to a situation. So some of you are purifying your energy, and you're taking this opportunity to add your own unique talents to this situation that the wrecking ball came through, that you felt like you got an owie from. You're now ready to express yourself in a way where your communication has grown, and in a way where your communication is optimistic. That's a part of that 3 energy. Now when it comes to the 33, many of you, when it comes to 33, you know that you're guided and protected. And so you're in this energy of trusting your intuition. You're trusting your intuition and allowing it to give you the insight that you are supported, especially on this journey that we call life. Because sometimes with this journey of life, baby, it's a roller coaster, and it goes up and it goes down and it goes around and around. But with all of that up and down and round around, it's like anything is possible. Anything is possible, especially with 33 being a master number, because of these double digits that are mirroring the 3 energy. It's a very powerful vibration. And it's linked to your creativity, to your deep thinking, your deep compassion, your spiritual level of connection with this hotline here. You see, it's the 3, and then when you get to the 33, it's like the energy is magnified. So you have the hotline to the divine. Get quiet, get still, because then there's insight. Trust your intuition that things are coming in, okay? And then when you take it one step further and you got the 333, well, it's like that's that urgent, like the universe urging you, encouraging you to go ahead and set those plans. We are in a new moon right now. Oh, I'm not sure which new moon it is. Let me see. I'm gonna find out, because I don't like to just not know stuff. So what new moon is it right now? Moon is it today? Waxing crespo. What is it though? What moon? Oh, let me put in the date. March. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not seeing it. What moon phase is this for March? What's today's date? March 12th. Okay, enough of that. We'll have to look that up later, but I do know that we're in the phase of a new moon, and the new moon is about setting intentions. And I know because I was out last night looking at it. So I think it actually occurred a day or two ago, because, you know, with a new moon, it's usually blank. Like there's no, not blank, like there's no light. But I saw the little sliver. So you still have another day or two to set these intentions as you're connecting to the divine. As you're setting a new foundation. Remember, the wrecking ball came through. So now it's time for you to set the foundation and know that you are supported. That's what the 3s are speaking about. And with the staff card being here, the staff, whenever you're walking, is just that. It's that energy to support you while you're on your journey. And so that's what's occurring for many of you. The wrecking ball has come through, and it's like it really is all good, because things end so something new can begin. And for many of you, this is a good new beginning, because I feel like there's this energy of it strengthening your connection to the divine. It's also giving you the confidence to move forward. It's like before, some of you, when there were tower moments or wrecking balls, or something felt like it went wrong, you got hurt in whatever way. For many of you, I got like this would have kind of broken you or made you slump over, and now you're just like, okay, cool, what am I learning from this now? Where am I moving now? What's the foundation to be set so that it's um, a firm foundation where I'm connected with the divine and still moving forward. Okay? So for many of you, you were already, I get this energy, like working on this, becoming firmer within self. And so only the divine could come through and use a wrecking ball to knock your tower down. Many of you had erected towers, but some of these towers were what? To idols. And when I say idol, I mean to people that weren't necessarily for your highest, that didn't have your best interest in mind. Now many of you have had a spiritual awakening about that. Allowing others to walk their path and you walking your own unique path. Not putting that's the word I heard, idolizing. Take it as it resonates. So yeah, I don't know. Either way, many of you have had a spiritual awakening about this. You've received more insight and clarity, and you're feeling more inspired to move forward. Trusting your intuition, trusting that you're being guided. And this spiritual awakening is bringing in the alignment for you. But there was some change that had to happen, and that's why the wrecking ball energy is here. Also, what is that? Card number 29 again? Didn't we have that number before? Did I look that up for you? 29 and 29. 3's 29 and 11 as it's 1:10 on the clock. Let me see. 29, 29. 29 says each and every person has a completely unique and perfectly aligned life purpose that is perfectly aligned with their soul's chosen divine purpose. Your soul's chosen divine purpose. So with that, I get also like some of these owies, the things that went wrong, were designed so that your soul could have this spiritual awakening, so that it could now, for some of you, get you back on path or get you more guided, more in alignment with your path. It's like you're that much more sure about what I just heard what it is you're doing here, but also about those that are in alignment with you and those that are not in alignment with you. Those that you feel like you can grow and reap rewards with. Those you feel connected to, that you feel like you're opening a gift when you're in their presence, when you're connecting with them. Those that you feel like you're compatible with. And of course things change, things change. So like those you felt like you were compatible with before, some of you, there's been a change in that. Card number 5, you may not necessarily be in alignment with those same people. You may find that you're not as compatible as you were, especially when you've had a spiritual awakening, when some things have actually hurt you. And the hurt is something your soul needed to experience to have this spiritual awakening. So it's important for you to forgive yourself, because these changes, this transformation needs to happen. 5 and then 14, 4 and 1 is also 5. So it says, I forgive myself and I am forgiven. You're forgiving yourself because first, forgiveness of self is necessary. There's no mistake that was necessarily made. It was a part of your soul's purpose. You're forgiving yourself because it hurt. And for some of you, because you stayed in certain situations longer than you should have. because sometimes it's hard to let go. And now I get this energy that some of you, you're kind of angry with yourself because you're like, you knew you shouldn't have started communicating back with that person, or you knew you shouldn't have stayed in this situation as long as you did. You knew that that person wasn't necessarily good for you, that you weren't in alignment in that present moment, that they're not now compatible with you. You had compatibility for some of you in the past lives for some of you, but there comes sometimes a moment where it is necessary to have a change, to have transition, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's like that saying goes, some people are there for a season, some for a reason, and very few for a lifetime. So instead of getting down on yourself, it's time to forgive yourself, because now you're recognizing that that season is over. Spiritual awakening, card number 7 here. And you can move back into tapping into your creativity, doing things that bring you joy, doing things that allow you to fully express yourself. Some of you are finding new ways to express yourself. And I get this is like in a very creative way. So music, art, planting a garden for some of you. I just saw somebody in a garden. For some of you, you're expressing your creativity through family, meaning you're finding ways for the family to connect. So the image I just saw was like, how people have family reunions, but how many of us can say we've done that recently? Unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know, take it as it resonates. The most time people get together is at a funeral, maybe a wedding, but most people, I don't know. All I can say is I don't know the last time I've been to somebody's wedding, okay? And that's for whatever reason. Some people decide to go, forfeit the whole big shindig with the party and everything and just decide to go to the courthouse, Some people just decide not to be married. Either way, that's neither here nor there. My whole point was, when it comes to expressing yourself creatively through a family, some of you are setting get-togethers. So like you're finding a reason to celebrate with your family without it being some big special occasion. So it's not Mother's Day, it's not someone's birthday. You're just like, look fam, we need to get together. We're gonna meet over here in the park. We got the barbecue grill going. Like, let's do this. You bring the drinks. They got the cooler, you bring the paper plate, like whatever, and you're taking time to just enjoy. Especially for a lot of you, I see this, like the summer months are coming up, so some of you are setting, I just saw people at a water park, get-togethers to creatively express your care through family instead of waiting to give them flowers at their funeral. You're actually enjoying them for the time that you have them now. And I get this energy that for some of you this is difficult, because I'm seeing some where there's been some conflict. It felt like a wrecking ball came through the family. And so for some of you it's going to take some mending of fences. But what better way to mend a fence than to actually enjoy the company of the ones that you care for? For some of you, it's going to take you taking off your mask, meaning letting your guard down and actually saying, look, we're family. We don't always have to get along, but we're going to show up for this event. It doesn't make sense that I don't know your kids. You know what I mean? We grew up together, cousins, sharing the same bed, and I don't even know who your kids are. So meet us on the park next month, and we're going to do this. If there's anything you can bring this. If there's nothing you can bring, still show up. And going to a park is usually kind of free. You may have to pay something to rent out a pavilion for some parks, but not all. Take it as it resonates. This isn't for everyone. For some of you, you just may be I don't know, starting a group chat or Facebook group thing where you guys can just connect and talk that much more. For some of you, I heard though, you only talk only on Facebook, so you wouldn't even know half of your family if it wasn't for a social media page. Take it as it resonates. It's just about using the creativity that you have in order to find ways to open your presence now. You don't want to give them their flowers when they're in a box and they're becoming a present to the ground beneath us. Take it as it resonates, okay? Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. Let me turn these right side up. Give me less, please. And when you guys do this, this is going to be an inspiration to other members of the family. Like, you're going to inspire them, especially the next generation, because if you think about it, that's kind of what happens, how you grow apart. Like, the younger generation don't necessarily connect with the older generation because, you know, they don't, for whatever. You'll be able to be there and share the inspiration. Let the younger generation see them making the TikToks or do the whatever, you know? Doing the things that cause you joy, so that there can be some growth. Instead of rejecting family, instead of rejecting the growth that can happen and finding ways to create joy. Do you see? Whoa, I just got so many messages. Whew. Okay, here we go. Let's unpack this. Hold on. I need a drink of water for that. Hold on. Okay, listen. Some of you, because of certain actions that we're taking, whether this is you or someone you're connected to in the family, some of you feel like you've been rejected by your ancestors for whatever reason, right? And I get this energy that you used to be very connected in that realm, like spiritually, or you always just felt like they've had your back. For some of you, this rejection has stifled your creativity, and this is where you can take that inspiration to create the bonds with the ones you have that are here with you. Give me more about this rejection for the collective, because the first thing I heard was someone saying like they feel like they're rejected, like their ancestors walked away from them. Do you see? Because of some illusions and things that were done in the dark, because some of you kept calling on them for things that were of this material world, that weren't necessarily for growth or benefiting you. For some of you, I'm hearing you deceived them, and so they walked away. And that's why you feel this rejection. But give us more, Divine. Can you give us clarity on this rejection? Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Anything else? Okay, so we have, and then we have the Hangman at the bottom. When it comes to this rejection, take it as it resonates. Some of you, they have slowed down their connection with you. Family here, 10 of Cups, right? For others of you, they slowed down your finances to keep you from... So it's like, remember when we started and we talked about what does it profit a man to gain the whole world? They slowed you down because you were making very frivolous decisions that were actually affecting your lineage. Those that are to come even after you, that you're connected to. So your ancestors were watching everything behind the scenes. Do you see how these little... It looks like they're ghost heads or whatever. This is like the spiritual realm. And now, for some of you, things are picking back up, but slowly. And they want you to pay attention methodically to how you're moving forward. So you can take this inspiration that's being given to you and create better connections with the family. Teach them the things that you've done, even behind the scenes. Let go of the shame, the guilt, so that they don't make these same mistakes. I get this energy that some of you are like, you're very connected when it comes to the spiritual realm. You have occult, metaphysical wisdom. But some of you used it in a very what's the word? You used it in a way that now needs to be purified. That's all I'll say. I'll leave that at that. You know if this message or this part of the message is for you. Remember, take what resonates with you. Some parts are literally for you. You don't have to share this with anybody. You know what parts are for you, right? But I have to give the messages that are coming forward. Now, some of you were using very baneful magic, and even though you got warning after warning after warning, some of you literally got 3 different warnings to where your ancestors were like, okay, enough, because you really doing some things that you really aren't paying attention to. You're very methodical about how you're moving forward to continue doing this, and it's affecting those that are to come after you. So they put a halt to it. Now it's like they're slowly guiding you away from this rejection, because many of you are in this season of growth, and they want to bring you back to this element of joy, to where you're not heavy in your heart. You're now connecting with the divine crown chakra and allowing it to balance out your heart, allowing you to receive this growth, to see now what was happening, and you can step more confidently when you're moving in the spiritual realm. That's for those of you that are actually taking heed, paying attention to what your ancestors are saying to you and how they're only guiding you for your benefit. For those of you who don't resonate with the ancestors, take it as the Most High God, because He speaks to you as well, right? Place the energy where it goes for how you resonate with the divine, with higher intelligence, creator source energy. Whew. Okay, can we come out of that? That was a little bit, took us there, but we had to go there. And they're really emphasizing joy. Can you see that? You got it twice. So it's like for some of you, you've been playing it over and over and over in your mind. Now the divine is saying, let it go. Learn the lessons and grow from it, and find the joy now. How can you take what you've learned and share it with others so that they can grow? Sometimes the things we make mistakes or feel like they are mistakes, it's so that you can inspire someone else, so that how does it go? Like, you don't have to learn from other people's mistakes, so you don't have to make that mistake or something like that. Like, you can learn from other people's mistakes. Some of you went through certain things because you could handle it. And by you being able to handle it, you can prevent others from creating those same fires. I don't know why every time I say that, only you can prevent forest fires. Only you. Who is that? Smokey the Bandit, the Bear? I don't know. I hear that. I keep hearing it. But it's like, in the spiritual realm, some of you were like setting it ablaze with how far you were going with this baneful magic. When you're calling on your ancestors when they're resting, and you're calling on them for things that you know why you was calling on them. I don't even have to go there. You know if it was actually beneficial, if it was on the up and up, if it was done with integrity. There is the key word. You see, the ancestors don't have a problem with coming through, baby. That's why they're a part of your lineage. However, if you're not moving in integrity, even in the spiritual realm, because when we talk about integrity, we only think of it in this material aspect. But whenever you're moving with spiritual practices, how are you doing it? Are you doing it to sway someone else's free will? How are you using it? Are you moving with integrity, even on the spiritual realm? Because everything has a cause and an effect. So is what you're doing, is it going to bring joy to your lineage? Is it creating a firm foundation for those who are to come after you? Is it in alignment with your soul's path? Because a lot of times, that's the thing. It's not in alignment. But don't worry, the divine and your ancestors will still use it for growth. That's the caveat in it all. Even when it feels like a wrecking ball has come through, even when it feels like you got an owie baby, it's still a part of your divine purpose. It's still a part of the plan. It still can be used. How does it go? Even the things that were meant for my bad were used for my good, or something like that. Even the things that felt like they hurt or could harm you were actually used to heal you and elevate you. They were used for your growth. Used to strengthen your connection to the spiritual realms, to the divine. Whoa. And it's not always easy to see that. However, once you take that moment in stillness, getting quiet and connecting, taking the time to reflect, you can see. Just like with this sugar maple here. Do you see how the leaves are changing colors? So it's like everything has its season. And it's funny that when the leaves change color is when the tree is sometimes the prettiest, because you can see the reds, the orange, the yellow, and that's a part of the versatility. So it's like many of you, through all of it, the wrecking balls, you found a way to still be versatile in your spirituality, in your connection to the divine, in your creativity. In those moments where you could have gotten stuck in a rut, in whatever area of your life, you did your best to become more flexible and more versatile in your ideas and in your attitude. And so with the sugar maple here, many of you learned to embrace change wholeheartedly, even if you didn't know where it would lead you to. You had to embrace the change. When the leaves fell off and the winter was coming. The thing about the sugar maple is, it's like, it's made from, it's like tribes people, tribemen, people that were in a tribe would collect the sap, and they would do it in a way without doing damage to the tree. So this is how the divine is using all things for you. Like a wrecking ball came through, it could have straight tore you down. You could have been buried in the pile of rubble. But instead, you're a whole new tower that's being erected. Now you're able to create the foundation in a different way, taking what what works even better for you on a spiritual aspect. For some of you, it felt like there was a hailstorm, but that was really just the enlightenment coming down from the divine to assist you. Was it always easy? You got some bumps, you got some bruises along the way. But I just heard those are like those are like badges of honor. Take that as it resonates. You ever hear little, I don't know about y'all, but like when I was in school, right? We used to like go out to physical education, PE, right? And there was a lot, I don't know, there was a lot of little boys in my class. So I used to listen to them and they would like brag about their little boo-boos that they got, like, oh, I was climbing the tree and I got this thing on my finger, and then my dad had to take it out, the thorn, what's the little pricklies, the thorns, like a splinter. He had to take the splinter out, and then and then another boy came in with a cast and he was like, yeah, I broke my arm, but you guys could sign my cast. Like that. Like they were actually, I don't know, take it as it resonates. I don't know where that came from, but it's like some of you would take your battle wounds and now they're like your badges of honor. You're like, I went through it and I survived it. Yes. And now I can share with you, and all of you guys can sign my cast. Come along and let's go out and have some fun. As you tell them the story. And that's what I'm getting. Some of you are going to be sharing the stories about certain spiritual battle wounds that you got. And that's funny. This is like a continuation, because if I'm not mistaken, the last reading I did, these same two exact cards came out. The Ivory Swan Goddess, which is card number 15, and Weaving the Future Golden. So this is that energy of this is the energy of Ivory Swan Goddess, Ivory. One, tapping into your goddess energy and the way that you connect with the divine, and weaving things together in a more stable way, a better way, a way that feels more golden, like you're living your life like it's golden, like your life is a whole sunrise each and every moment, that you're finding joy in it and trusting your intuition. So you're living your life like it's golden, living your life like it's golden, golden, hey, yeah. Many of you are living your life like it's golden. Give me some more messages to wrap this up from the tarot, please. And with it being the Ivory Swan Goddess, it's like ivory. Ivory is one of those, what is it? I remember something like ivory used to come from the elephant's trunk, if I'm not mistaken. I'm getting something here. Ivory. I just heard that song too, Ebony and Ivory. Ebony and Ivory. Something, something. Where does ivory come from? Ivory comes from. So yeah, ivory is very hard. So that's the thing. Many of you, these spiritual lessons, everything you went through, a wrecking ball is very hard. So you have gained some spiritual tenacity, some spiritual strength. And it's like, I also get this energy with ivory being white. Many of you have stepped into, I just heard the lighter side of things. So ebony and ivory, right? And ivory also comes from the tusk and the teeth of elephants. So with that, I get that, like, one, I'm thinking about Ganesha energy. For some of you, there are things that you've gone through, even spiritually, that you will not forget. Some of these lessons happened so that you can take these gifts, the insight and everything into, for some of you, the next life. But for some of you to be able to use it, as I said, to inspire, encourage, and uplift others. Ivory also comes from hippopotamus. walruses, warthogs, sperm whales, and narwhals, I don't know what that is, as well as now extinct mammoth, the mammoth, and mastodons. This fierce resource, specifically in elephant's ivory, which is the most popular and highly valued. So, one, ivory is a very highly valued substance. Two, it's not very easily to get to. Okay? So, that's like a lot of you. You are very valued when it comes to your spiritual gifts, when it comes to spirituality. And some of you, now that you've learned certain things, you're setting boundaries, and you won't be as easily to get to for whatever things that were happening before. I don't know if I'm going to take these. I'm sitting these to the side. I usually take the ones that turned over. But yeah, so ivory. And then we know the swan. The swan comes when it's first born, or it looks like a little, it looks weird as a little duckling, right? So some of you have gone through things that you felt like made you ugly, and this is a part of you needing to forgive yourself. Now, when I say ugly, I'm not talking about the world standard of beauty. I'm talking about spiritually. Remember, as I said, this need to forgive yourselves. Especially for those of you who were connecting and doing baneful magic, or you felt like your ancestors somewhat rejected you. You went through that ugly phase to now step into a more beautiful essence of who you are spiritually. You might have felt down and out, depressed about what had happened, but it was a part of the growth. And now that you're aware of certain things, things are moving fast. You have to decide of the things you need to walk away from. Instead of getting down about it, can you walk away from those things that you know have you wearing a mask because it's stunting your growth? Wearing a mask because you're not trusting your intuition? Even with these two numbers, 1544, when I see this, that spiritual number is powerful, and the meaning from the message is from the spiritual realm, urging you again to trust your intuition. The 1544 is a sign that it's time to ask yourself what you really want and follow through with it. So what do you really want? Instead of worrying about the owies, the things that made you sad, the wrecking balls that came through, turn around, hold your head up, connect with the divine, send out the messages, connect with the messages, express yourself, and then listen as they're coming in, so that it's assisting you to trust your intuition, to drop or balance, because maybe it's for you to keep it, to balance out your light and your dark. For those of you who resonate with that. For others of you, to drop what's keeping you feeling off balance and walking away from it. Balancing it out and walking towards what makes you, having the courage to walk towards what makes you feel more her beautiful. That's that essence of the ivory swan. You started out like the little ugly duckling, and you're moving towards your swan essence. Swan is also white like the ivory. Ivory is a very expensive material to acquire, and it's not easily accessible. And so many of you, all the growth that you've received, you're not going to be easily accessible to lower vibrational forces, or easily accessible to mindsets that you had that kept you in a lack mentality, a scarcity mentality. You're closing the door and walking towards an abundant mindset. And abundance, as I said, is in many aspects of life. But in this aspect, the most, where you're trusting your intuition more than not. You have the tiger's eye here and the elixirite. This is what the tiger's eye crystal looks like. Let me see that. And the tiger's eye, this crystal, is for third eye meditation. And it's one that assists you with connecting to the earth. If you look at the color of it, it even looks like a beautiful golden brown sand. But the tiger's eye has this higher vibration from the earth and the sun, because it enhances the psychic abilities. Now, the tiger's eye is also carried as a protective amulet. It assists you with having that courage. Remember the courage to walk towards what energizes you. It also balances out the chakras. So you could put this on your third eye. Well, it's not like you can see me putting it on my third eye, but you can put this on your third eye to assist you, okay, when you're having meditations, or whenever you want to raise your vibration, connect with the earth and the sun energy, or sit outside with it in your hand as you're getting grounded and connecting with the sun energy. You can also use it like when they wrap it in copper and wear it as a protective amulet. You just set the intentions for it to be a protective stone, okay? And it can assist you with balancing the chakras. So that's the tiger's eye, okay? And then you also have the elixirite. Now this is a clear stone. I don't have a elixirite. This clear stone is beautiful, but it magnifies almost anything you place under it. So whenever you use a elixirite, like on your third eye, it brings things like your visions and your dreams more into focus. That's one of its most powerful traits. So it's extremely useful in meditation. When you gaze into the elixirite, it can help you to see what is in the heart of another. And that's where many of you may want to get this one and gaze into it whenever you're deciding on partnerships and who's compatible with you and who's not compatible with you, so that you don't get hurt so often, or it doesn't feel like, so you can make clear decisions about who you want in your life and who you don't, who makes you feel abundant, like things are moving forward, that make you feel nurtured. Wow, all major arcana, hold on, that make you feel like things are balanced out. Can you see that? Let me see if I can move this up. Okay, these were the four that turned over. We talked about those. And then these were the ones that were flipped over but came out. I decided to just turn them over and see what it was. So we have the Queen of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the Empress, and the Justice. Okay, so many of you are getting very clear in thought about the actions that you're going to take. You recognize now that you are connected with the divine, that it is time to open your presence, that the wheel is spinning in your favor. Things are happening for you. And so it's like while you're in this very fertile energy, abundance is moving, prosperity is moving. You want to continue to balance it out as best you can. You want to be fair with your actions and It's like you want balance with your thoughts and your words, as well as with your heart and the way that you care for yourself and others. You want to balance out anything that's been a burden to you so that you're able to collaborate and work with others. I get this energy that many of you know now, even in your very compassionate, nurturing energy, that you don't have to lower yourself. Like, you don't have to move the way another person moves. You can continue to stay in a higher vibration and know that you're still stronger than the things that come to try to take you down. For some of you, I'm going to just give you another way that I'm saying this. Some of you are definitely dealing with Libra. We have the Justice, which represents Libra. We have the Empress, which is Taurus and Libra. And the Queen of Swords, which is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And then the Five of Swords, which is also Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius energy. But all in all, what I'm getting plainly is that many of you, collectively as a reading, you're just being more logical as things are moving forward for you, and this abundance and prosperity is coming forth. You're expressing yourself clearly, like no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're gonna think about what you say before you say it, but once you say it, you stand on business about it. And that's facts, like big facts. And it's like you're going to do what you have to do to nurture yourself and balance that out with being able to care for others. Like, you want to be fair, but I see this energy of you not really carrying the burdens of others. It's like, cool, if we're compatible and we can work together and work this thing out, cool. But what you're not going to do is put all your burdens on me. And we're going to move forward in a way where the future is golden and we all can feel like we live in our life like it's golden, bringing more joy. Yeah, all right, anyway. And so that has been the reading. I want to thank you all for joining me. And remember to always shoot for the moon. And even if you miss, you are still amongst the stars. And this has been another Tonae Star Enterprise message where we stand on business, baby. And as you have entered the Enterprise, we have taken another voyage to the 5D and beyond, baby. Hey, thank you for joining me. And always, 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 always let your light shine bright. And that's what's up.